Good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday. It is 7:30 in the morning, just a little before that. Getting ready to take the Cub out for a little hoot. I think some touch and goes. So now getting back into the groove, get out, nail some landings, get some people up for some rides, so on and so forth. Flying has become so inexpensive. Gas is only $7.28 a gallon. Again, I'm shocked. Look, pretty dead around here. At those prices, I'm shocked there's just not thousands of airplanes waiting to take off. But we're here, we're ready to go. So let's get this bird fired up and in the air. I've got the master on, strobes on. After I fire it up, I'll turn on the nav and the avionics master. And then we'll monitor ATIS. This will be on ident altitude, not ident, but it'll be on altitude 1200. On the ground you should be standby, but that's okay. I just leave it on altitude 1200 for VFR. Throttle, I'm going to advance for about 1,000 RPM startup. I've already given it 2.5 shots of prime. That is locked. Carb heat is smooth. We will be using that today on the landings. Carb heat is smooth. We won't need that. And mixture, I'm going to pull back to what I know is about a good startup and takeoff position. Trim is all set. Feels good. Okay. Flaps are working good. Okay. Stick back. I don't think it's that big of a deal on startup, but it's a protocol, so I do it. It's kind of awkward. You got to wedge your legs together and all this stuff, but anyhow, it's part of the protocol. Clear. All right, we got a good startup. She's running good. I got that throttle in a good position, and we are good to go. I'll go ahead and get the nav switch on, avionics master on. I will turn that down. Once we get out to the run-up area, we'll get ATIS and all that other fun stuff. All right, flaps one notch. Cleared for takeoff. It is 8:06, and feet off the brakes. Here we go. We are off the ground. Flaps up. 70 is about a good crossing 7th Street. 2,000 feet a minute. And just about 1,000 feet. We are following that traffic. This plane loves to climb, boy. I got up to 2,900. And basically I got to get down to 2,500 for the path. And we'll get this bad boy down to 2,500. This is some high-speed Cub flying here, boys. 110 indicated on this bad boy. 113 across the ground. Make our crosswind. Level out at 2,500. I'm going to go ahead and go 2 notches of flaps. Keep the speed around 60-ish. A little bit of forward trim. Power back. Full flaps. We'll see how this plays out. Shooting for the numbers or the threshold. Try to get it smoothed out and settled in at about a final 50. Hold about 60 till I get close, then come down into 50. Just trying to visually target the trajectory. Come out of the power a little bit more. We're going to hold 60, 55, then it round out, let it slow down. 55. Let it get in there. Close. There we go. Very nice. Tail back. Carb heat in. Flaps up. Full power. Nice one. Very good one. There's the go-kart track and the RC track down there. Carb heat. Get her down to 80. I'll go 1 notch. And I'm running carb heat. I'll cycle it a little bit. It is unfiltered air. Makes your oil quite a bit dirtier, but that's fine. As we get closer, I'll drop in more flaps and all that good stuff. Again, once we touch down, throttle back, flaps retract, carb heat in, stick back, do a little slip. Thing slips real nice, smooth. I'll just drive it in on full flaps. Again, we're going to target the threshold there best we can. Hold about 60, and then I get slower as I get to the round out point. Trying to visualize that glide, you know what I mean? Get her close, hold her straight, settle her in for a nice wheel stop, and then slowly bring back the tail. All right, power out. We'll coast her in, round her out, get her closer, round her out, get her closer. There we go. Nice. All right, stick back, get her stable and straight, flaps up, carb heat in, and full power. We are off the ground, folks. The old girl is climbing. I am going to go ahead and carb heat, hold her back, start my turn inbound. Down in flap range, I'll just hold 80 without flaps for the moment. This plane does not have a problem with descent rate. It's got a nice range of descent, if you will. We got 66 miles an hour on the ground, indicating about 56, so that's kind of a weird setup. I'm going to go ahead and get out of the power, let her coast down. Don't think I need a slip, maybe a little. All right, we'll let her coast out, round out to the ground, 55. We'll let her round out, and we'll hold her steady, hold her steady. Nice. All right, tail back, maintain directional control, flaps up, carb heat in, full power. All right, that was good. She gave us a super early crosswind. We are at pattern altitude, ladies and gentlemen. Not even midfield. I believe this is number 4 here. We're still cooking along, 96 miles an hour on final, indicating about 96. I'll go ahead and slow her up. Carb heat. Power back, slow her up, get her in the flap range, and then go into 1 notch. There's a million ways you can approach. I mean, you can come in at 100 miles an hour and slow it down and drop. All depends on what you're trying to accomplish, really. I'll keep it up in the 80 range just to keep traffic moving. What I could have done there, honestly, because the airport's busy, kept my speed up a lot higher and then get everything slowed down in this, right around this vicinity. We'll go ahead and go full. We'll hold our 60. Again, we're looking for the center line. If we want to slip left or right, we can do that. Right now it seems to be holding in pretty good. Come in at 60. We got full flaps. We're coming in at about 55, 60. And we'll bring it down, going for the threat. All right, we're coasting it in. And slow round out. And as it rounds out, we want to settle it in, settle it in, settle it in. A little bit high. My first ones were better. So I got to come in a little lower. I get it. Stick back, flaps up, carb heat in. Again, no hurry. Full power, keep it straight. And away we go. I'm going to keep the speed up a little bit longer this time and then slow it down at the end. So we're coming in really fast. So I'll cross the freeway, I'll get out of the power, go carb heat, and get the flaps in. There we go, we'll coast her in. Holding that 60, 55. 55 seems to work pretty nice. For my round out, get her in, get her close, and then settle her in. Pretty nice. Okay. Again, relax, keep it back, flaps up, carb heat in, full power. Heat. Power back. One notch. We'll hold 80 all the way down. And then I'll slow it down at the end. It was nice enough to give me that. I'll go 2 notches. And then I'll go full flaps as we get closer down there by Charlie 10. Land between Charlie 10 and Charlie 11. That's our goal anyway. Again, we're going to try to land just after Charlie 10. I'm going to go full flaps and drive it in. Hold my speed. Charlie 10 is the one after this double wedge here. So we'll hold 60, then we'll come down, try to get a nice smooth touch. We got 55. All right, power out, coaster in, get her close, get her close, get her close, get her close. Nice. Tail back, flaps up. Open that window. There we go, and open the door. All right, now it's a Jeep. The airplane turns into a Jeep. The ramp is open movement. You can drive cars out here, motorcycles, bicycles. So basically, you don't have to communicate. All right, nice flight. 6 landings. So basically it'll be mixture, master, mags. I can turn off all the other electronics now. Avionics, strobe, nav, so on and so forth. So throttle's where I want it, about 1100. It's going to be pull the mixture out, then I'm going to turn off the master, and then turn off the mags, put the key up. All right, so here we go. 1100, mixture out. Master off. We'll call them mags for today. Off, ignition off. How's that? And that goes up there. Everything else is good. Now basically just kind of undress the cockpit, right? Kneeboard comes off, headsets, speakers, GoPro. So 7:49 to 8:48. So basically an hour. So we flew operation 1 hour. But because it's touch and go and your RPMs are always reduced and oil pressure, the tack and maintenance on touch and goes is freaking awesome. You're using tires, but you're hardly, look at that, hardly using any fuel. I bet you we might have used 2 gallons, seriously, in that whole hour of airplane excitement. We probably used 2 to 3 gallons of gas. Probably, yeah, 3 maybe. And 364.3, so we only used 0.7 on the tack for 6 touch and goes, and that's with ground warm up. We got cleared pretty quick, so that wasn't a big delay, but a lot of, you know, extended downwinds and things like that. But 6 touch and goes, 0.7 on the tack, an hour total time. Probably used about 3 gallons of gas. Yes, sir. Good job, old girl. That was fun. That was one of the most enjoyable flights I've had. That was just, the plane felt good. I was able to feel like I was really on it. Landings were real nice, like shit. And I've got my method now kind of dialed in, and I'm going to stick to it. That way at least you commit to a certain method, and believe me, in this airplane, even if you come in, I don't care how you come in, you're still landing short. And we're touching down, we'll have to see if the video shows the speed, but I know we're touching down 40. Shit, that's slow enough. And in knots. So these doors are about 10,000 pounds, but they roll pretty nice and easy. It's pretty impressive. One secures down there. Oh, dust still gets in here. You gotta, I found you gotta dust that thing off regular. Like I said, I wanna find out how I can really treat that top wing. But I think it looks good for a 14-year-old airplane. And you squeeze that out. Get one over one side, one on the other side of the axle bolt. And you just try to, you know, judge your trajectory for your turn so that it comes out with the main landing gear center punched over the center line here, and your tail wheel on the center line. Sometime I get it first whack, sometime you gotta make a little adjustment. All right. Airplane weighs 953 pounds, but I know those shocks added about, I'm gonna say 15, 20 pounds. Just a guess. I would call this plane's empty weight now 970, being legitimate as it sits with everything. It's pretty damn good, to be honest. It's a good little workout. This is a bit of an uphill, then it transfers to flat. So you do have to, it's like doing a seated row at the gym. Now it takes off and levels more into a, because I think that's set up for water to go. However, this hangar turns into a swimming pool when it rains. It doesn't rain often, but when it does, it does. Oh, there you go. That's good. Put the tow bar back over here. That came with the airplane. I thought that thing would be 50 bucks. If you have to buy one, it's $300-400 for that. All right. These I got at Harbor Freight. These are rubber heavy. These probably weigh about 10 pounds. They're more than 5. They're probably 5 or more pounds. Good for, all right, folks. Thanks for flying with me today. And until next time, those landings couldn't have gone better. I am happy with the plane. I'm happy with myself, actually, for getting out here and doing that, and making the time to sort of think those through. I now have a repeatable system, regardless of winds and everything else, that will keep me in a certain, I don't know, envelope, right, of good smooth landings. I see a lot of people drop these in because of the shocks. You can get away with it, but honestly, a nice smooth landing, you're still going to land short. There's no other airplane on Earth that you would even try to go into places that you will with this. So even a long landing in this is still stupidly short. You just always have to maintain straight ahead directional control. If the wind's moving you, you got to push back. And that's pretty much it with flying these. And don't get in a hurry. That's the big thing. So when it touches down and you work the tail down, keep control of the machine first. Now get your carb heat in, get your flaps up, get ready. If you're doing touch and goes, add your power. You can go to 1 notch of flaps, that's fine. I don't think you need it when you're just doing touch and goes. Yes, sir. Time to rock and roll. That's it.